Chicago could lose more than $1 million in state funds because of serious failures in its restaurant inspection program. The bottom line, the state says the city needs more inspectors to do more inspections in order to protect the public from unsafe, unsanitary, and dangerous conditions. Conditions we uncovered in our investigation last November. Pam Zeckman broke the story and is here with a follow-up report tonight. Pam.
Catherine and Lester, this is the second year in a row the state health department has sharply criticized the city for failing to follow state guidelines for restaurant inspections. And their findings confirm what we found in our investigation when researchers got jobs at some Chicago restaurants and videotaped some of the conditions they saw. Our undercover camera showed you last November what can happen when restaurants don't get inspected enough. Employees sloppy about food handling procedures, licking their fingers, then touching your food. Food left out for hours to spoil and get served to customers, a temptation for resident roaches. Now, in this letter, the state health department tells the city your food protection program was found not to be in substantial compliance with state guidelines in several key areas, words that don't please the city's health commissioner.
I don't like to see not in substantial compliance.
Not in compliance, the state says, because restaurants aren't inspected twice a year as required. Follow-up inspections aren't always done after inspectors find critical violations, and the city's computer system does not adequately track critical violations or manage the inspection process. It's so mismanaged, we found, that when a restaurant was ordered to stop using this dishwasher because it was not sanitizing dishes, no one came back to make sure it was fixed, and the restaurant owner ordered our undercover worker to use it. The health commissioner agrees some of the state's criticisms are valid.
You know, I'm not denying that. There are some we haven't gotten there twice.
Why?
One clear reason, we still don't have a computerized system.
A system she hopes to have by the end of this year. Finally, the state couldn't get a straight answer from the city as to the number of inspectors it has, saying the number of staff assigned for inspections was not clear. We had the same problem last November when we got conflicting numbers. How many inspectors do you have on the street, 35 or 56?
Oh, I'd say somewhere in the middle.
Now the commissioner says there are 45 inspectors, 11 supervisors, but 7 vacancies she hopes to fill. And she's proud of the good news in the state report that praise the investigative skills of her staff.
They were quite complimentary in here, if you read at least one of those paragraphs.
That paragraph also complimented the city for performing very well in its education activities and community outreach programs. The health commissioner says she's confident she'll be able to address all of the state's criticisms and the city will not lose any of the $1.8 million it gets from the state. Catherine and Lester, she plans to use part of that money to hire even more inspectors than are already on the budget.
Pam, any reaction to your piece last night from the city on some of those unsanitary conditions we saw at the Taste of Chicago?
Well, they're confident that the owners of the restaurants chastise their employees, and they also tell me that they gave extra warnings this morning before the Taste opened to remember hand washing and to not do the kinds of things that we reported on.
Thanks, Pam.
And coming up next, remembering the man who brought us The Godfather. That story next.